What's up, YouTube? I decided to make this video because someone asked me, hey, could you describe your experiences? And yeah, sure, buddy. Whatever you want. Anything you need, buddy. So, first of all, extraction, pain in the ass, but good results, not that good, but you know, not too bad. And so I took the purest of it, and I took the best DMT and the best weed, and the situation going into it, my personal situation going into it, because that's important, is I was, you know, frustrated, and I felt alone, and I felt like a lot of people don't care about me, and just alone, pretty much. And so I decided that you know, I'll see what I see, and I'll figure things out. And there was about 6 runs. First run, how do I describe this? There was no, there wasn't a me. There was just time sitting still, looking at me in a way, and I was looking at it, and it was like, oh, I can exist outside of this, okay. And after that, that was a recurring theme throughout the first, 3. And this was like, I don't care what anybody says, holding in a hit doesn't do anything. It's just a matter of breathing correctly. And so that's the difference between mediocre and master, I guess. And I turned into a Chinese cab driver. Now, this isn't something that you would think would be, you know, a crazy leap if I'm already Chinese and already drive a vehicle, but I'm not Chinese, and I've never been to China, so that's why it's a little bit weird. And so, after that, I proceeded to come back into this dimension, and I was very confused why I had glasses on my face, and so I took my glasses off and proceeded to smash them in my hands, and watched myself as I did this, and it was like, this is right, this is the right decision. And then I threw them on the ground, scratched them up, so luckily I had another pair. So after that, I went back, and I don't remember much of 2 and 3, but I definitely wasn't a Chinese cab driver, just I felt more of these feelings of I was spinning and I was going face forward into another universe. And, you know, at some point you're just like, okay, this isn't just me being crazy. This is me viewing human behavior in a whole new light and viewing myself in a whole new light. And so when I look into these different portals, these different dimensions, they reveal an aspect of myself, and that's why I enjoy that. And I learned a lot of that. I learned that there's a lot of recurring themes, and I understood all of human behavior all at once. Surreal, to say the least, but I guess I was used to taking in giant hunks of knowledge, and so I guess I'm used to it, but I'm not a smart person. Definitely not smart, but I think that I have enough brain power left that I can take in a lot of information all at once and see the world in a different lens, taking all this information in and then just seeing exactly what I need to see. And the biggest thing that I took out of it, if I want to be honest, was that if you look at the way that humans logically do things and the way that people illogically do things, these are all human nature traits. These aren't things that are out of the boundaries of us doing things. And if you break out of that bubble, because there is the bubble, you don't think that there's a bubble, but there is a bubble, and you break out of that bubble, then you change how you see the world, and you change how you see everything. And you see that, you know, you're not alone, and you're going to, once you die, you're just, I don't know what else will happen, but on a previous trip, I discovered that we are just, like imagine this, a wall of blue with a bunch of pods in it, a lot like the Matrix. And you're in one of those pods, and you're a biological, if you're not in a physical egg, you're in some sort of egg-like structure. And it's entirely biological. No man-made anything is involved. And you take on the form of something that's similar to what the, like if you've seen how humans develop, it's within the first week. That's what we look like. We look like almost like a dinosaur, like a lizard or something. And I saw that in this, but it wasn't exactly that. It was a little bit like that, but not exactly that. And I felt that, and I understood that that was me. And I I still understand that all of that is still true. It's just that it took me getting to this point to realize it, and doing these things to realize it. And so I'm happy. And that was pretty much a summary of everything I learned from all 6 trips. I think if I had to categorize everything that happened in 4, 5, and 6, which was tonight, I would have to say that just being in other places and being able to switch your physicality from one location to another without the assistance of any sort of motor or your own body, it's not a vision. I've had trippy visions. I've seen things that are trippy, but it's not a vision. It's a reality. And it's worse because it's more real than our reality. It's like our reality gets stacked like 6 layers of paper all at once, but they're all flung at you. That's what it's like. And I couldn't sum it up better than that phrase right there, so I'm just gonna leave it on that. But a couple things that I did learn. First of all, have water readily available, because tip of your tongue is going to burn. Second of all, what's something that always brings you comfort? Like, it can be a childish thing, it doesn't matter. What's something that brings you comfort? For me, it's holding onto a wet rag. It doesn't even make sense, but it makes me comfortable, it makes me happy. So that's what I do. And I hold on to a wet rag. It's pretty weird. But after that, don't wear glasses. And the only other thing that I would say is use that thing, whatever it is, to feel yourself in this universe and just to really ground yourself and to be able to understand that your perception can change, but there is always a speckle of you. And I realized that on probably the 6th trip, I was like, there's always a speckle of you that is left behind. And this might be a good thing or a bad thing for you, but it's something that you should realize that no amount of any drug will change.